Hi, everybody, and welcome to Beyond the Gates Weekly Recap. I'm Tim Shirer on this cold Friday in December. I know it's not only cold here in Ohio, it's cold in a lot of places around the United States. We've got a lot going on. In Fairmount Crest, we had the Winterfest started at the end of last week and carried into this week. And, I'll be honest, I love the show. But hopefully as time goes on and the years go on, they'll do a better job with this Winterfest. I thought it was underwhelming to me. Not so much the event itself, but what happened at the event. It's an old soap opera rule, basically, that when you're going to have an event like Winterfest, which is the social event of the year in Fairmount Crest, things happen there. Life-changing events happen there. Things happen. And, let's be honest, not much happened at Winterfest. So I think that besides Vanessa being drunk and walking around, acting like a fool, really not much happened. So I thought that it was pretty boring. I didn't think it was. I thought they could have done it better. I don't have a problem admitting that it was disappointing to me. I watched soap operas for decades, over 50 years. And I expected some fireworks. And there was nothing. There was nothing. So, somebody's got to get exposed. Something has to happen. You don't just have an event like this and then nothing happens. Nothing happened. So, that was very disappointing to me. I thought that was very disappointing. Haley could have finished Bill off at Winterfest or tried to finish him off at Winterfest. Why not? They didn't even show Bill's speech at Winterfest. They didn't show much of Winterfest. It was supposed to be more. It was supposed to be the social event of the year in Fairmount Crest. And it wasn't. I don't know. I'm just disappointed. I guess it's the first time in, nearly 10 months the show's been on. It's the first time I was just disappointed in how it was handled. Hopefully next year, maybe they'll handle it different. They'll do a better job capitalizing on this event. These people, it's not like this is a group of people who haven't worked on soap operas before. This is a group of people. This is a very experienced group of soap opera producers, writers, directors, and they just didn't do anything with it. And that's what I'm saying. It's just disappointing. Obviously, I still love the show. I was disappointed in that, but hopefully in the future they capitalize. Haley, I'm not sure what the hell's going on with her. Okay, is she trying to kill Bill or is she not? She wanted to speed it up and kill him. Then when he collapses in the office after she upped his poison, then she's worried that he's like, I don't understand what's going on. I'm not getting it. Is she killing him or is she not killing him? She already has his assets. He already put that mansion in her name in St. Bart's, what is she waiting for? I don't understand. Just, make it clear. Are you spreading it out? Or are you, I don't know. I'm just, I'm pretty surprised at how that's going. I just, kill him or don't kill him. You know what I mean? Is she killing him or is she not killing him? I don't get it. And I don't know, this woman that showed up at the office, that a client of Bill's, it appears that Haley and her know each other. So we'll see how that's going. And that's the thing, is this somebody that from Haley's past that she blackmailed, or that she pulled a con on? We'll find out. Nicole had a new man at the at Winterfest that Shanice set her up with. Dr. Kyle Rollins, Kyle, Kial Rollins, played by veteran soap actor Greg Vaughn. Kyle Rollins is a traveling doctor. His wife passed away, so he travels around the country to different places. He's not anywhere long because he wants, I guess he's running from the memory of his wife, or what it sounds like. But he's played by, like I said, soap vet Greg Vaughn, who has been on Days of Our Lives, Young and the Restless, General Hospital. I remember him from General Hospital. He played Lucky Spencer for, I think, 4 years maybe. So, but he's been added to the cast, but he's not in the opening credits at all. So it might be just a temporary stint. Who knows? I think that soap operas usually do work in 13-week installments, their contracts, a lot of times. So who knows how long he'll be on. But then they show previews of Nicole kissing Carlton. So I don't know what the hell's going on with that either. I do like the fact at Winterfest that they hired Marcel. Even though he's a scoundrel, they hired Marcel to watch Leslie to make sure she didn't do anything to Laura. And he seems to be interested now in reopening the investigation to see if Leslie is the person who ran Laura off the road, causing her severe injuries. And then if Leslie was the one who poisoned her with potassium, which caused her to have a heart attack while she was in the hospital. Of course, we know that Leslie did all these things, but it'll be interesting to see if they're able to catch her with the dirty cop, Marcel, now investigating her. Joey seemed to make a commitment to Vanessa, and it looked like they were going to be happy. And then Vanessa pushed too much, and right at the end of the day, Joey left her crying in a booth, and at a restaurant. The name of the restaurant, which they're at all the time on this show. They had Thanksgiving there, Joey and Vanessa. The name skips my mind. I cannot remember it right now. But he left her sitting there in the booth, and Uptown. And so she was crying, and that's how that ended for the week. Kat is afraid to make a commitment to Tomas. More than just being in a committed relationship. Tomas wants them to move in together. Kat does not want to. She told Kelsey that it's because she's afraid that Tomas will cheat on her again, which he did with Eva. But you know what? I thought they'd broken up, and remember, Kat's not basic. Oh, I'm not basic, as she told Tomas today. No, you're basic. She's basic. Kat's basic. She's a basic bitch. Okay, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Kat's a basic bitch. She is. She treats Tomas like crap. Eventually, hopefully, Tomas will realize that. But he seems like he's too nice to realize that. Plus, he's probably afraid Bill will fire him if he breaks up with Kat. That's how that ended. Jacob and Naomi are still working on their relationship. Jacob tried to be romantic and got a hotel room for them, and then they were watching a movie, and they eventually, at the end, they were in bed together, and hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully, they work things out, because they're a couple I like on the show. Eva and Isaiah seem to like they're probably going to be a couple, which I like. They're good together. They seem to have good chemistry. The thing with Vernon and I just don't know what's going on there, and Vernon is not having an affair. I don't like this storyline. I don't like this, that they're doing this. Why are they doing this? I just don't get it. It's stupid. Why are they trying to make it like he's having an affair with Sharon? I don't think he is. I really don't think he is. It just would destroy the character they've created, right? It would absolutely destroy the character that these writers created. And it just, I don't know. It just makes me sick that they're doing this. I don't understand this. I just don't get it. This is a soap opera, people. The matriarch and patriarch. Okay? So I don't know. It bothers me. Shanice and Ted seem to be getting closer. I kind of was hoping that if Ted wasn't going to get back with Nicole, I was kind of hoping Ted might get with June. I thought that would have been kind of interesting. But it looks like him and Shanice are getting closer together. And maybe June is just, June's I don't think a contract player. I don't think Shanice is, though, either. I think she's reoccurring. I don't think she's on contract. But it seems like Ted and Shanice seem to maybe be getting closer together. Ava seems to be, she's helping Samantha with getting the free clinic established, which is a nice storyline. I think, a lot of soap operas have had free clinics. They really have. And it's a good thing. I really like it. So hopefully they establish this free clinic and it's actually a thing. It's not just something they talk about on here. Hopefully they have a actual set for a clinic. I like that on a soap opera. One of my favorite episodes of Quincy ever was about a free clinic. You remember if you remember the nighttime medical drama Quincy with Jack Klugman. One of my favorite episodes was about a free clinic, and it was a 2-part episode too. But I don't know. I think you get a lot of interesting storylines at free clinics. But Ava's helping Samantha try to get it established. Vanessa gave Ava some advice that she should get all of the different things figured out first before she looks into getting real estate, before she looks at getting a clinic, an actual building. So Vanessa talked with Ava about that today. Of course, Leslie made her, stupid comments after Vanessa walked away, calling her Barbie. I like Leslie. I like the comedic part of it, but sometimes Leslie's just mean, and I really wasn't real thrilled with Leslie when she did that. It's going to be interesting next week. It looks like the Articulates are all at the Dupree house. And we'll see what's going on with that. But, we've got, we'll see. I just hope they don't try to break up Anita and Vernon. That's stupid. That would be a really dumb storyline. So there's not really a lot more to talk about this week. I'm hoping that we'll have more next week. I think the Bill Haley storyline is really going to get interesting with this new client that Bill has. So we'll see with that. I don't know where it's going to go with this new doctor, played by Greg Vaughn. Sometimes soaps drop the ball and they'll bring on a character and then it just doesn't work out. I already have that feeling with him. I don't know why. I could be wrong. But if she's going to be with Carlton, why is this guy here? I don't understand. But we'll see. That's part of how a soap opera goes. But I think that there's going to be some pressure put on Leslie in the coming weeks. I think Leslie's about to Marcel's about to go after her. Of course, she's not going to know it's coming because she thinks that he likes her. But I think what's going to happen is she's going to find out that Marcel only likes himself. And he's going to he wants to finish the case that Jacob didn't, So I think that's going to be interesting in the coming weeks. I want to see who Nicole chooses. I think for now it's over between her and Ted. Danny seems happy with Andre, but you just never know what's going to happen when Ted or when Bill collapses or whatever and ends up in the hospital. How's Andre going to feel about that when Danny's going and visiting him at the hospital? Because, she will. So that's going to be interesting too. But I think I think that's pretty much going to be it for this week. I hope that everybody stays warm this week because I know it's cold in a lot of parts of the country. Well, the West Coast, you people have it easy over there. Not that we don't appreciate you. We're actually jealous of you. But on the eastern half of the country and the Northeast, Midwest, we're cold. And it's no fun. But, of course, the winds died down for now, so that's good. But until next week, who knows? Maybe I'll see you somewhere around Fairmount Crest.